Number 9, we want to find any real solutions, and it says to use the quadratic formula. Okay, so I'm going to write this problem down, and then I'm going to rearrange it so that everything is on the same side. So we have 7x squared equals 8 minus 2x. So we need everything on the same side. It'd be easier just to move the one term, but I like to have everything on the left, and I want this to be positive if possible. So I'm going to add 2x and move it over, subtract 8 and move it over. So to move something from left to right, you just do the opposite. So it's negative 2x, we're going to add 2x. This is positive 8, so we're going to subtract 8. All right, so that's on the other side of the equal sign. So when I bring this down, that's gone, that is gone, so we're left with 0 over here. And then I'm going to bring everything down in order. 7x squared plus 2x minus 8. All right, so I can identify A as 7, B as 2, and C as negative 8. We're going to do quadratic formula, so I'm going to write it down again. Negative B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C, all divided by 2A, all over 2A. Alright, so let's start plugging in. Negative B, so it's going to be the opposite of 2. Negative 2 plus or minus square root. I'm going to go ahead and square this time. B squared, 2 squared is 4. So just 2 squared is 4. Minus 4 times A times C. I can't do all that real quick. So minus 4. A is 7. C is negative 8. All divided by 2 times 7. Okay. Alright, so you can use a calculator and multiply all this pretty quick. But 8 times 7 is 56. And 4 times 56 will give us 224. Negative times negative is positive. So that's why I'm changing it positive. I don't know if I mentioned that. I didn't mention it the first time. This is minus acting like a negative, and negative that becomes positive. But if that was negative, it would all be negative because we have 3 of them. So 2 negative, negative times negative is a positive. So 56 times 4, 224. Okay. So negative 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 224, all divided by 14. And just for the sake of caution, let's verify. Clear. We're going to do 4 times 7 times 8. 224. Okay. Always better to be careful, double check, than just to be overconfident and make a lot of mistakes. Alright, 4 plus 224 gives us 228. So we got negative 2 plus or minus square root of 228, all divided by 14. So 228 is not a perfect square. I think the closest we get is 15 times 15 is 225, which is just below this. And then if you do 16 squared, going blank, I think it's 256. Let me see if I remember that. So it should be right between 15 and 16. So anyway, we're going to have to reduce this radical. So let's just verify 15 is 225, and then 16 is 256. Okay, yeah, so it's right between 15 and 16. So we're going to try to reduce and see if we can simplify. So I'm going to reduce that radical over here to the side. Square root 228. So it's even. I can divide by 2. 2 and 114. Even again, so I can divide by 2. So 2 and that'd be 57. Okay, yeah. And then this number is divisible by 3. It's not easy to see, but it's divisible by 3. Those rules of divisibility you might have seen before, may not remember. If you can add up the digits, so 5 plus 7 is 12. That's what I'm doing, 5 plus 7. If you add up the digits of any number and that sum is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. So we can do this 3 times 19. All right, so all prime, we have a pair of 2s, so we can pull a 2 out. And 3 and 19 are prime. We can't pull anything out, so we got to multiply back together. So square root of 228 is equal to 2, and then the square root of 57. All right. So over here, I'm going to bring this down. So we got a negative 2 plus or minus 2 square root 57, all divided by 14. All right, so one more thing. All of these numbers are divisible by 2, so we're going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. You can't, okay. So divide by 2, negative 1, plus or minus. Divide by 2 is just 1, and we just have that square root of 57 and no coefficient in front. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So here is our answer. I'm totally okay with you leaving it in this form. Some want you to write it out separately. So if you wrote it out separately, it would be negative 1 plus square root of 57 divided by 7. And then you write negative 1 minus square root of 57 divided by 7. However, our system does have this plus or minus button, so I'm going to use it. So backslash to do divided by negative 1, the plus or minus, square root 57, go down to the bottom and write our 7.